What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with the RK Outpost, and Marvel's Avengers is getting absolutely torn to shreds today after announcing a recent patch. And why, you ask? Why are they getting torn to shreds? Well, because they almost brag about it in this patch. Version 1.3.0 is our biggest patch yet and addresses over 1,000 issues, including improvements across the board. Now, the question would be, if only 2.5 weeks after the launch of your game, you're launching a patch that fixes 1,000 problems, over 1,000 problems, then why was this game released in the first place? Now, Marvel's Avengers has been riddled in controversy essentially ever since the game was announced. If you remember, when we first saw that announcement trailer, a lot of people were criticizing how the characters look. You had a Walmart version of Captain America, you had the ma'am version of Black Widow. Didn't sit right with some people, but we moved past that. Then you had the reveal that Kamala Khan was actually going to be a huge integral part of this, and basically the person that pushed the story forward. That did not sit well with a lot of people, considering the game is called Marvel's Avengers, and so much focus was going to be on Kamala Khan, who is Miss Marvel. Then we had the beta and the release, and although the beta was the most downloaded, at least in PlayStation history, so many people were playing that game, it was riddled with problems. It just simply was. I downloaded it, I played it. It wasn't for me. It just wasn't. There were too many problems. I didn't like a lot of the combat and how repetitive it was. I didn't like the balancing of some of the characters. But it's not for me. That's fine. There are a ton of people that do like this game, even if they can't acknowledge some of the flaws. They just find it really fun and entertaining. But this, to me, is absolutely unacceptable. The fact that only 2.5 weeks out, you are trying to fix over 1,000 problems in this game. That is an insane amount. And we're going to go take a look at this list and scroll down and how laughably big it is. But first, I just wanted to take a look at some of the responses to this, because we do have some quote tweets here. 1,000 issues, lol, okay. That's in Spanish, I can't read that. Not 1, not 10, not 100, but a effing 1,000. Yes, 1,000. Jack the Ripper, by the time they fix the 1,000 issues, the game will have 200 gigabytes worth of patches. Remember when devs used to ship games with no issues rather than half-ass games to destroy our storage with their patches and updates? Good times. Now, kudos to Crystal Dynamics, I guess, for fixing all of these issues, but I don't think anyone thinks that all the issues in the game are now fixed. Simply, this is just the first batch of problems that they are going to try to work through, and you have over 1,000 issues. Are you not embarrassed? Oh, and here's Lethal Lightning, and Lethal is a fan of this game, right? 1,000 issues, then why release it at this stage? I enjoyed the game, but what the fuck? And I think that's kind of how most people feel, right? How do you release a game that has this many issues to fix just within the first real big patch, right? Just the things that people have been constantly bitching to you about. Not little tweaking here and there. 1,000 freaking issues, man. That's insane. And you can see here, Marvel's Avengers gets massive update with over 1,000 fixes. There's no doubt it's a fun game. Who doesn't like suiting up as your favorite superhero and smashing enemies to bits? Well, like I said, I can see a game there that could be absolutely fun and enjoyable. But for me, when I played the beta, and it doesn't sound like the release game has really been fixed from that point, when I played the beta, it just wasn't fun. It just seemed too repetitive and too plain and ordinary, and I could not get into it. But there's definitely the shell of a game that, if polished, could be really fun and really enjoyable. And there are some people that are enjoying it now, but I just couldn't get into it. Despite the fun gameplay, Marvel's Avengers has been sort of hamstrung since launch by the large amounts of bugs and glitches. I've had my health bar disappear, enemies float through walls, patterns disappear, and the list goes on. If you've played Marvel's Avengers, it's almost certainly you've shared a similar buggy experience. Looking to address the many issues, Crystal Dynamics has released a new update. As the first major patch for Marvel's Avengers, it supposedly features fixes for over 1,000 issues. First of all, that's a lot of issues. No shit. The specific focus of this patch was to fix these bugs, but additional near-term patches are planned with the hopes of integrating more quality of life adjustments and features based on player feedback. Now, that is the sort of thing that you would expect at this stage, those kind of quality of life, as you figure out really a lot of the balancing to go along with some of this stuff. Not catastrophic issues that should not be in a game when it launches. This is disgusting, to be honest. The entire patch is listed over on Crystal Dynamics' website. We will take a look at that. But the fixes are multiplayer, matchmaking, art and animation, user interface, combat, gear challenges, rewards, and more. There was a bunch of issues with people just losing all of their crystals, basically all of their in-game currency, and having no idea where it went. Those people are encouraged to contact Crystal Dynamics customer service, but good luck, because I think it's a little bit overrun right now, to be quite honest with you. And the article ends basically saying he enjoys the game, but some of these glitches just make the game so unenjoyable. He's glad that this patch is happening, and I think everyone should be happy the patch is happening, I suppose, but it's not something that should happen. Take a look at this. This is embarrassing if you are Crystal Dynamics. And I think when you scroll down and you look at all of the things, these are just a few of the things. This is not all-encompassing. This is not 1,000 things. This is simply the major things that they wanted to put out that they had changed. This should not be happening. We should not get a game that we pay $60 for that then has to have this major of a patch. It's disgusting, to be quite honest, and that's why I didn't buy the game, and I think that's what we have to do to stop this sort of behavior from these game developers. You have to not buy it. You have to stop buying these games when they come out if the beta is as broken as it was. Because guess what? If the beta is that broken, a game that releases just a few weeks later isn't going to be fixed. And this game isn't going to be fixed probably for several months after this. If you enjoy it, that's great. I'm glad that you're getting enjoyment out of it. I personally couldn't justify spending the money on it knowing that this game was broken the way it is. And hopefully they continue to improve it, and eventually they'll have a good game there. But I'm a little skeptical. I hope they do fix it completely, and that maybe I can play it at some point and enjoy it, but not until the game is ready. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.